Gotten to the point where you get to try out a for loop. You know you've tried out for loops before. I'm just making fun. Okay, so we're gonna do something a little more fun than trying out the for loops in terms of printing out numbers between 0 and 100. Hopefully you find it more fun. So the first thing we're gonna make a size thing. We're gonna do it outside of setup or draw, and don't worry about it. We're not typically gonna do this, but it makes doing the for loop exercise make a lot more sense. There's kind of an implicit loop in processing, and that's draw, right? I've actually made the mistake of calling it the draw loop a bunch of times. And that's because it's being called 60 times a second. It acts as a loop. So in that sense, we'll sometimes call the draw loop a loop, and in other programs it is sometimes a loop. I mean, that's being executed 60 times a second. It must be in some loop somewhere, or there's some sort of event timer that executes it, and that event timer is implicitly running on a loop, right? There's some sort of looping going on. At some point in the processing environment, there has to be some sort of looping going on. Okay, so I'm going to make size 400, 300, and this will actually create a window here. And it'll look like this. Pretty cool. All right. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line. And the way a line's created, well, you can look at processing reference. It's just the X value point and the Y value point. So if I make a line from 0, 0 to 400, 300, 400, 300. I guess it would technically be, and it would technically be 399, 299, right? I don't think it matters because it'll just, yeah. What I might expect is I might expect a diagonal line on the screen, okay? And there we go, diagonal line on the screen. Pretty cool, all right. Now, if I wanted to make that diagonal line red, like super red, I might go stroke, which stroke is the outside lines, fill is filling in the inside. So stroke is like, this is like a comic book thing. Like there's a inker, I believe, in a comic book, and then there's the color or something. It's like the outlines and the text is all done by the inker. Is that right? And then the color artist will come in and like color it all in. Or maybe I don't know if that's exactly true, but there's two different roles for that. And so that's what we're kind of going to be, that's kind of the model processing uses, where you can stroke, which is just the outlines, or you can fill, which is all the inside stuff, or you could do both, right? So if you wanted the whole thing blue, make the inside blue and make the stroke blue, and it'll look like a totally blue circle or something like that. Okay, so stroke, and yeah, if we wanted to make it red, right? Red, green, blue, we've done this drill before, so maybe I'd do something like this, right? Okay, and I hit play, and boom, it's red. Okay, and so now what I want you to do is I want you to create a program with a for loop here. So basically this program with a for loop here, all right, and using line and stroke and varying values inside of them, hint, 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 right? I want you to create this picture. Okay, and we'll actually, I'm gonna have you create 4 pictures, but they're all gonna be the same concept, so don't freak out. And the idea is that, you know, this line has a certain color, and we keep on doing it all the way down to this line, okay? And I want you to do it in a for loop, okay? So think about what that means, how we do horizontal lines all the way down in a for loop, in such a way that we get this gradation, okay? Yeah, and so there's a few exercises for you to do, and you're gonna become experts at making this gradient. That's what this is, a gradient. So anytime you see gradient fill, now you're gonna figure out how to do a gradient fill, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I'll see you next video.